Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Let's give it loud everybody for Anthony Eugenio. We're gonna have a next time. Very funny. Wayne Russell, everybody.
Welcome to the Open Mic Pain with Anthony and Wayne podcast.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Open Mic Pain with Anthony and Wayne. I am joined today by my co-host, Anthony Eugenio. Anthony, how you doing?
I am doing medium to poor, I guess, because I still have kids. So as long as that keeps happening, there will always be that. But yeah, what are we doing today, Wayne?
We're gonna do another mic talk.
Mike.
Can I catch? Yeah, just kind of catch up on where we've been, what we've done.
Yeah, we've
How
done
it's
some
going.
fucked up shit the last couple weeks in our comedy world. We went to the safe, into the Dancy safe, I call it. So the safe we
Dancy
normally
safe.
go to on Tuesdays, but on Thursdays they do the Dancy safe, where they do a mixed mic at 10 p.m. Yeah, 10 p.m. and you get 10 minutes.
Yeah, list went out at 9.
Yeah, exactly. You get 10 minutes at 10, which I got to tell you is a great deal in the world of comedy, especially on Thursday night. So we went and did that. Everybody there, basically besides us, were not comedians, so we got to try it out there. We'll talk about that. What else have we done, Wayne?
We did the safe. We'll call it the safe proper, the bomb shelter. Right before that,
I wasn't there.
What's that?
I wasn't at the safe proper on Tuesday
Oh, that's right, you weren't.
because
You
I
little
did
bitch.
fucky McDuckface.
That's right.
So we'll talk about that too.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you weren't there. That was interesting. I completely forgot.
Well, I
What about-
don't know
so-
what else we're gonna tease because we're probably just gonna get weird into other topics during it. But why don't we start in that ballpark, right? Those are a good three to talk about: Fucky McDuckface, Safe, and Dancy Safe.
Yeah, so what was first? Fuck you, McDuckface, right?
No, Safe
no.
is first.
The
Proper
safe was
safe.
first. Yeah, let's start with that. Let's go chronological here.
I like it.
Yeah, so it was last minute for me. I wasn't going to go to the safe, and I don't remember why. I ended up going though, and I met up with Justin George, and I get to do some time. It was good. Watched Justin. It was a weird night. I gotta say that was a weird night that night. I'm trying to remember it.
Yeah, I heard that wasn't
there was a
the
decent-
safe as normal. It was a little bit of a different room.
Yeah, it wasn't like the normal crowd that was there. You saw some of the same faces, but there were a bunch of people just watching, just fans. So it was kind of exciting for me. And I went up and I kind of did similar stuff to what I did at the at Strange Brew the week before. But I tried a new bit having to do with the guy that did the Hindenburg video. You watched that. What did you think of that? So before you answer that, the whole idea of the bit was that people our age, so the guy that did the Hindenburg thing was 31 years old, and he was very proper and very concerned about the people dying on the Hindenburg. And I kind of compared it to the people of that same age in this generation who would just be putting on TikTok like, oh shit, you see that bitch jump right at the last minute? Like... Basically comparing like how we're shitbags now. I don't think it went over that well, but I don't know that many of the people there knew what the Hindenburg was, so I think it kind of fell flat. I'll try it again, maybe a little bit differently, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think you can make the same reference in another old-timey way, like talk about baseball announcers, anything like that. You might be able to get into it. I love the premise, though, because that is perfect. I've been trying to throw around an idea of, like talking about how shitty life was in, like, the 1400s or something like that, and talk about how they used to have just, like, these, like, old dudes with shotguns on stagecoaches that you had to ride on, and the point of the bit I want to make is I'm like, and he was 31, and that's just what it fucking was back then, because those guys were like fucking 30 years old and they looked like they had grizzly beards. But I like the new material that you did at the safe, but not the world, unfortunately. But every time you do bits for the first time, it's gonna be a little clunky.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it was. Yeah, I think the crowd was a little bit younger. I think with an older crowd, that would have gone over really, really well because they're all gonna. I think when I said, "You guys remember the Hindenburg?" They're all like, "What? It was that Breaking Bad?"
What are you talking about? Yeah, exactly. I am Hindenburg.
But hey, you never know until you try. You got to try things. You get an idea, don't be afraid to give it a shot.
Yes, I was jealous I missed that. I was jealous I missed that. But unfortunately, I had bigger ducks to shoot.
Overall, I would say it was pretty fun. I did some really offensive material that I've been trying to just get off my chest. One of which being a Chris Benoit joke, which what he did was not funny. But I think the way I look at it could be funny. I got laughs. I've done it 3 times. I've gotten laughs every time. Just saying. Don't mute your laughs. It's good.
No, it is very funny how you do that. Like, you will fucking... You'll be killing somebody someday with a knife and the cops will burst in. You'll be like, she laughed. She gave me a laugh. You're always, if someone gives Wayne one chuckle throughout the night, it's the best joke he ever wrote. And I love that about him because that makes him keep doing the joke. I, on the other hand, am look at the world through the regular glasses and not rose-colored as Wayne does. So I hear the jokes as they are, which are shit. Like mine, not yours.
I'll give you the reason. So the reason I kept doing this joke, I've done it 3 times. Strange Brew, because I could give 2 fucks about what I say in that place.
Yeah.
It's the perfect place. It's the perfect place for it.
Shit on their floor.
The safe is another place I could give 2 fucks about what I say because it's a comics crowd.
And they're good people. Don't shit on them.
And they're good people. I'm not shitting on anybody's floor.
Those are their floor, Wayne. Why do you keep bringing it up?
Those are 2 comics crowds, so you can make those kind of jokes and at least gauge it. The last time was at we'll get there, but the safe at a different open mic, which I probably shouldn't have done. But that's really all I have to say about the safe on Tuesday.
Well, I missed it on Tuesday because I had to do a Wednesday open mic in Essex, Massachusetts at the Great Marsh, run by the great Nate, who's fantastic, and he had a stroke once, and he is not dead, so we're all happy about that.
I when you told me about that, I thought of like a fun opener. I don't know if this would actually go over well or not, but like something along the lines of like, I had a stroke before the show. I masturbated. See, I didn't think it would go over well.
No, the only reason why it wouldn't is because he did a joke somewhere in there. He did a lot of stroke material, actually, which I appreciated. I guess he lost like the ability.
I mean, do what you know, right?
Do what you it's true. That's true. I saw actually. I saw he posted somewhere. So there's some kind of comedy awards, and he's like, "Was I nominated for best stroke?" And
what's the host name?
Nate.
Do you know his last name?
No. We will put it into the. It will show up if Wayne could do it on the screen. It right now above my head, right here. It'll say his name, and it might say Anthony is also fucking stupid. We'll see.
Chances are I'm not going to listen to this part again. I go all by audio cues that are visual.
Okay, so sorry, Nate.
Sorry, Nate. I'll try my hardest.
He's like, my name's Jerry. No, it's Nate for sure. I know that one. So I
It'd be
went
awesome
there. So me and Justin George, we're talking about doing a set as me as a duck and him doing a set as a rabbit. And it got me all excited because I actually have like 3 duck references in my material naturally. Don't know why. But ducks come up a lot. And I have a Halloween costume this year of a duck. So I was like, I'm doing that show because everybody else is going to be dressed up and it's going to be fun. And I'll do all duck jokes. And I will go on stage as Fucky McDuckface. We had a lot of other options, though, that I was thrown by you. Actually, I spent more time on the name than I did on the material. We had Salty Quacker. That was probably second place. Second place for sure. Donald Suck was third place. And then, I don't remember what else I had. That was about it. That was the 3 winners. But Fucky McDuckface won overall. My brother Joey got that. So, shout out, Joe.
When's Joe going on stage?
He should. He's definitely.
Does Joe listen to this?
I don't know. Probably. Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah,
I don't
Joe.
know how caught up he is, but
Let's go.
yeah, get out there.
Let's go out. I say me and you put together a 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be like great material. Just 5 minutes for something for his first time to go up. And then we can have an episode talking about what he was thinking going up there. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, I go to bed at 7:30. Fuck you. I'm old.
How old is Joe?
He's gonna 7 years older than me, so 38.
Really? I feel like he should be so much older than me because I respect him a lot.
Yeah.
But he's only 2 years older than me.
Well, you are quite the pussy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But no, I always
you gotta learn to
I feel
volley
like
that back at me.
when well, no, because you're right. So when we first started hanging out 14 years ago, I was what, 22. He was 25, 24, 25. Like when you're younger, that age gap is much different. And so he was.
That's true.
He was your older brother.
Effect.
So yeah, exactly. So I feel like he should be much older. I feel like he should be in like his late 40s. But Joe, let's do it.
His beard was in his late 40s. That's what his beard would tell you. Just full of grays, folks. So yeah, I showed up as Fucky McDuckface, full regalia, and nobody else was dressed up. Sucks. Except one.
Wasn't Jacques Lambert there?
Jacques Lambert was dressed up. I was gonna say one other person, Fred Flintstone, but there were so few people because it was just me and him dressed up that the host said, "Hey guys, this was supposed to be a costume set, and so don't be freaked out when I say this next guy's name is Fucky McDuckface." So yeah, it didn't get off to the bestest of starts. It was not well populated.
What are you from Are you from the Rugrats?
What happened?
The bestest of starts?
Not the bestest of starts.
Calm the fuck down, Tommy Pickles. Jesus.
This motherfucker over here that says comedy, like somebody's fucking choke grabbing his balls while he says it. Jesus Christ.
You have no idea what's going on right there.
Just boner shooting into your mouth that you still have the ability to say comedy while you say it. Say it right again. Take up this guy. Look at him wearing his own fucking merge hat. Trying to talk shit. Oh man, you better stop before your beard catches on fire. Moses starts writing the 10 Commandments about it. Fucking dickhead.
Oh, fuck.
Shouldn't have. Shouldn't try, motherfucker. You come from the king, you better kill him. Yes, I bombed as a duck.
I thought you were going to go into like full blown. I thought you were going to go into full-blown Ric Flair. If you want to be the man, you're going to beat the man.
Woo!
And I don't take kindly to people making fun of each other. I'm out.
Oh my God! Who knew the biggest pussy in the world was Ric Flair? How the hell did that end up happening? God damn, was he such a puss? Like, hey, why don't you explain the show to the old man before he goes up on that stage?
I love how Tony was all like, what movie was that? I was like, oh, please, no, don't. He's like, I'm going to leave. Oh, Rick, please don't leave. You're on mute.
Yeah, please don't leave. Right? Hey, shut up. That would have been seamless. That would have been seamless. No one would have known.
I know.
Yeah, Ric Flair is a salty sea. That's for sure. But he was hammered. So we got to give Nature Boy a pass there. He's still in his 80s, still throwing it down. Definitely was like, he looked at a couple girls, he pointed at them. I was like, he's fucking them.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him for still fucking laying it down like that.
Do you remember that old? Do you remember when he used to? He would take the falls, like he'd get punched or like drop kicked or something, and he would like stand up and kind of like do one of these things, and then just do the slow fall. Yep. Do you think he does that on top of his prostitutes? It's just.
Do I think he rigamortizes and fucking stabs a lady like a fucking leaning tower? Maybe that's probably how he does it.
Wow.
You got to think that he has just absolutely deforested the Congo by the amount of women that he's fucking fucked, that he must need some weird stuff to get him going. He must need something extra.
I was talking about that with not him in particular, but a guy at work on how like porn, like you can find anything on porn these days, and I think the generation coming up with the, you have like the TikToks and the Vines aren't really a thing anymore, but like TikToks, Reels, all that stuff, where it's just constant like boom, boom, boom. They must be watching porn so fast, just looking for shit, that eventually nobody is ever going to be hard anymore. Like, you're going to have to come up with some really weird shit to get hard.
I already know what they're going to do. So, Mark Zuckerberg accidentally spent like $560 quadrillion on the metaverse, and everybody's like, hey, Mark, you nerd, we're not going to do that. Also, learn how to drink water, you weirdo. And, but, did you see the Lex Rubin podcast with him on there in the metaverse? Oh, you gotta look it up. It is better quality than us talking right now. Looks, and they don't have headphones or anything in. It looks like they're talking to each other, but it's completely digital. And they're wearing like Quest headsets, and they're looking at each other like they're in the room with each other, but they're far away. So it's like they're doing an in-person podcast, but in the metaverse. And I'm like, oh my God, so many people are gonna come in this. That's gonna be exclusively what it's for. Is now we're gonna get a whole new generation of kids that are gonna go into a metaverse and actually bang the porn star that they're trying to bang. Like that's gonna AI version of her. That's gonna be the case. In which case you could never get sick of that.
I think the end game is that like nobody's going to be able to procreate because just having an actual genital in front of you is not going to be enough.
Yeah, that's what the aliens are. That's why they don't have genitals. They're just future us.
Maybe it's just all IVF until it all just shrivels away.
Yeah. I would like to internally come. That'd be better. A lot less socks ruined, as we talked about on the Lauren Sims podcast, unfortunately.
You did. A couple times.
Hey, no, you brought it up.
Sorry, Lauren.
No, actually, she brought it up.
That was you.
No, she did. Remember, she said that she didn't. She would watch comics. Like I'm not one who talks about like jizzing in socks. She said that, and I was like 2 for 2 because she kind of pegged me.
Nope.
Yep, 100%.
I don't think so.
Check the tape, bitch.
I'll check it.
Check it.
I'm pretty sure it was all you.
He's gonna check it. By the time he
you are right. You are 100% right because
Slap
I said
yourself across the face.
She pegged your entire set. You're right. I'm sorry.
Pegged me right in the butthole.
My apologies.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let that fester for a minute. Let that comment fester in the wilderness. All right,
Jesus.
so yeah, so I tried fucking McDuckface, did a lot of duck jokes, and everybody's like, "Is everything gonna be a duck joke?" I was like, "I am dressed like one," and that's kind of how that.
You
went.
had the best final line. You were talking about prostitutes. I forget what it was. I forget what the line was, but I remember it was a joke that I knew, and
It
you
was the
added
witch.
that line on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was the witch. You're right. It was
I said,
the witch
I don't
joke.
know if she's
and
a witch,
I know,
but she was certainly addicted to quack.
Yep. I don't know what struck me so good about that, but I was listening to that on the couch, and my wife was sitting next to me, and I had my headphones in, and I was just listening to it very intently because I know all your jokes, so I don't like laugh out loud while I'm watching them by myself.
Sure.
But the second you said that, I just started quacking the fuck up, and
Could have used some of that.
and I got this look like her head just turned like, what the fuck? Like what's so funny?
I wish they reacted that way.
Very well done.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I did all right. I mean, it was a tough crowd because there was not many of them, and they were, all comics waiting for their time. But it's still a great venue that I think once the word gets out, people will go. I won't be dressed as a fucking duck next time. But
I want to check that one out, but for some reason I couldn't make that night, and I was playing PlayStation instead. I was playing Callisto Protocol.
yeah, how
It's
about
Halloween.
Liza P? We're playing Callisto Protocol. We're getting back into video games, folks. We had to give all of that up to get better at comedy, and then we were like, we're never gonna get better. So we just got back into video games.
I gotta tell you, I'm loving it, man. Like, I forgot how much, like, as much as I love writing comedy and performing comedy and doing this podcast, talking to people, I really enjoy the editing process. I love all of that stuff, but I forgot how much I fucking love just getting sucked into a video game.
Definitely. I feel the same way. I'm playing as Little Pinocchio and Liza P. And it's a Dark Souls-like game. Actually, it is. So, something I know from business is that China has barely any copyright laws. And goddamn, do they not.
Yeah, don't say.
Fuck up. Yeah. So they will just steal. And it's like it's fair game. If you made a nice thing, you were just the first one who made a nice thing. There's going to be a million other nice things that come afterwards with a different name. But anyways, Lies of P is Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, all stolen into one. So I'm very excited to play that game. You're going to be jumping on it soon, right?
Yeah, I can't wait. I was a little. I don't want to say I was iffy, but like I've gotten pulled into the Soulsborne rabbit hole, and nothing just scratches that itch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you started on Game Pass, and you seem to think, the way you talk about it, it scratches that itch.
It does. Yeah, it just feels like the same game. I just there's a couple annoying things like the dash is shitty in it. It's not like a good roll, but in Sekiro you don't have a good roll either. It's just a dash. It's really they push you towards parrying like that. They took all the best elements of the games and they put it together. It's pretty cool, except the open world aspect. I wish they had more of that. But that's what fucking Elden Ring's for, baby.
Yeah, but if you go back to like the Dark Souls game, like especially like the first Dark Souls, like it feels open world, but it's really not.
Yeah, because
like you can go anywhere, anytime. You can go anywhere, anytime, but if you don't have the right equipment or you're not good enough, like you get like herded into one particular area.
Well, that's because Dark Souls is the fucking Beatles, and everything is clever and amazing. And Lies of P is more like the Monkees, where it's not the fucking Beatles, obviously, and most of it is feminine, but it is second best.
I was pumped when I went to Japan. I looked up the hotel I was staying in. It was a 15-minute ride from FromSoft, people that make Dark Souls.
Mm.
And I went on their website because I was going to abandon the group I was with and just go tour that facility. They don't allow tours. a
that
fucking
makes sense.
14-hour flight, a 2-hour bullet train ride, all kinds of other bullshit I did in between, which was all great. But I was like, man, I want to go in that building and I want to see all those people making the games that I love.
They can't show you the gaggle of 6-year-olds that is coding that fucking game behind those fucking
No, it's
cement
Japan.
walls.
It was Japan, not China.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
There were 8.
they're right here. So yeah, exactly. They're a little older. I had so many nuclear weapon jokes I was about to say, and I was like, oh, no, not the time. Too soon. Too soon, man.
Yep.
1945. So, yeah, everybody's gonna leave this podcast if we keep going video games. So let's go. Let's pivot into Dancy Save.
Yeah, that was the next one. Yeah. So, well, yes and no. So we went to the Luna.
Oh,
That's how we ended up at the Dancy Safe. We went to the Luna. We get to see Uzair Malik. Jacques Lambert. I don't remember the lady's name. Oh God, I feel like an asshole.
Good job with the first one.
Yeah.
What was the headline
And then the
name?
corporate comic. Bill. Was it Bill Long? I don't remember.
Bill
So
the
he was.
corporate
It was
comic.
supposed. They'll call him Bill. I think it was Bill the corporate comic. Everybody's really good. I got to give props to Jacques. I think, in my opinion, as a comics comic, I think he was the strongest one. Maybe there's some nepotism there. I don't know.
I think it's objective that he did the best.
What do you mean?
Objective means that it is a law. Like, I think that outside of our opinions, he did the best. And if it was subjective, I'd be more saying it's open to interpretation. But I'm telling you, it is not. The same as the air we breathe, he was the best.
I will say that I have seen Jacques perform many, 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 many times. And I have talked to Jacques about his bits many times. And he caught me off guard on so many bits. He had
He
new
also
ones.
did do a surprise 15 minutes. Come on. We've been shitting our
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah. I was really impressed. I was really impressed. He added some new tags to stuff that I already knew, which made me laugh out loud. One of the funny things he talks about on his podcast, he does this joke about. I don't know if you remember the joke about the taking in the rescue dogs.
Yeah. I do. It's great.
So he asks the audience, like, has anybody ever rescued a dog before? And the spotlights on that stage are so bright, he couldn't see anybody. And somebody in the audience was like, I have. And he was like, trying to look, and he starts doing his bit with the person. Didn't realize it was his wife.
Oh.
He didn't realize until partially way through it was his wife. So he starts doing this bit, and he's like, oh, it's my fucking wife. But he kept going because he's a true professional.
He is.
So,
And his dog.
it was good stuff.
Yeah, can't
But
say
yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah, that was awesome.
good stuff.
We will be on the Luna someday when the beautiful Greg Boggis notices that we exist.
I would love to play on that stage. It's such a nice place. I really like that theater. It's good stuff.
I do too. We will grace it with some cum jokes soon.
But what happened was we were on our way there, and I remember that there used to be a mic at Concept 6, which got shut down and moved to the safe, which is pretty much all. It's essentially music. It's a mixed mic, but it's pretty much dominated by music.
Hence the
And
Dancy
I reached
Safe.
out. Yeah, hence the Dancy Safe. I reached out to the host, Pipedreams is what he goes by, and I was like, "Hey, you guys still doing this tonight?" And he's like, "Yep, absolutely. 9:00 sign up, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Are you okay with comics?" He goes, "Absolutely, come on down." So we ended up going down there, and as luck would have it, because Anthony didn't want to go, there was parking right in front of the building. We go downstairs, and the number 1 and number 2 spot were not filled up. So I was number 1, Anthony was number 2. Before we went up, Pipedreams did some music, which was fucking awesome. Not my type of music, but I was fucking digging it.
Me too.
Yeah, good stuff. Actually, I stayed for a couple of people after me, and it was all really good. But it was really interesting going up. It was 10 minutes, very loose 10 minutes, because I don't know that Pipedreams is really paying attention to time the way that we pay attention to time in the
Nah, he
comedy
was eating
circuit.
a lot of nachos during our set, which was so funny because he was just pacing and he was just like, so good. And you're just like, I'm done, and he's like, all right, man, that's fine. He was so funny.
Oh, he was great. I talked to him a little bit after. We'll get into that after, but yeah, he called me up, and I was in a good place. I was having a good time. I was all for a crowd that was not comics, you know.
Well, I appreciate that before. So it was out of nowhere, and it was 10 minutes, and I did not expect to go up that night, so I wasn't thinking about doing anything at all. So I went and grabbed my my notebook I have, and I was writing out my jokes, and you said, don't bring that on stage with you because you're going to stare at it while you're on stage, and it's going to take you out of the set. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's 10 minutes. I got to fucking actually I'm going to put together an order of jokes I've never done before, and my jokes are, normally lead into one another. And you're right. I just, up there, when you got to take the test in the moment, you pull through. So I think I did pretty good. It allowed me to do crowd work a little easier because I was being a little more true to myself. Wasn't using the notebook and looking all awkward.
I'm not against using a notebook. I find that when I bring it, I pay attention to the notebook.
Yeah.
I've only done it a couple times, but the thing that I find, or I think is interesting, is I think you get stronger not using it, just pulling from memory. So for me, my 10
or knowing
minutes,
the venue to use it at, like you were right not to use it at this one because we needed to gain the attention of the audience, and the second they see you looking at your notebook, you're going to lose their attention, especially when they got dancey vibes on their mind. So there was really, I've never sold my jokes, I don't think, so much. Like I was like, listen to me, like come on, look at me, and I liked that feeling because I was able to draw in a couple people. And some kid, I did some Jeffrey Epstein jokes, and he was younger, and he was like, "Oh no!" And that was awesome. Scared him. But there was a whole group of them dressed like the Crow, Brandon Lee, and I was like, "Wow, that's a weird way for a lot of you to dress up."
The thing I liked about that was it was 10 minutes, very loose, and I was able to kind of fuck around a little bit more in the jokes. Like I wasn't nervous about somebody coming up and giving me the light, going like, "Hey, get off the stage, get off the stage," because I knew once I saw that light, which didn't come, I was kind of timing myself, but I looked at my phone like right at 9 minutes.
He was on his second set of nachos.
But I got myself off the stage at like 9:20, and I was happy with that. But I was able to kind of like play around a little bit during a couple of my bits. I was able to talk to people, and I was keeping this is my favorite part of the night. I was keeping a running tally of shit that people found offensive.
There's a lot of it
because there was a lot of it. So I did a joke where it was kind of using a racial word joke. I didn't use the word, but it's implying it, and I used a Biggie reference. Nobody really got it. I kind of got these looks though. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, no Biggie fans? All right. And then I went on to a couple other jokes, got a few chuckles, got into a new one, kind of made a cancer joke or two, just the one. I said, oh, no cancer fans? All right. No cancer, no Biggie. I get it.
You're going to be hard-pressed to find cancer fans.
That joke gets laughs every time I do it. It does.
But they're not fans of cancer, you dickhead.
Oh, no, they're not fans of cancer.
That's why, but then don't say that to the crowd
jokes.
that they're not cancer fans because they're not cancer fans. You say, hey, you don't like good comedy, you pieces of shit. That's what you should have said.
No, that was the joke. Obviously, nobody's a cancer fan. God damn it, Anthony.
It's not a joke if there's no punch or reveal to it. Like, if you just say an incorrect thing, doesn't make it a joke. Like, if I'm like, I come correctly. It's incorrect, but it's not funny.
You don't.
Exactly.
No, the punch was the actual joke, and if they didn't laugh, it was no. You know, you guys aren't fans of cancer. That's fuck it. Whatever. I'm not going to this with you. You're too fucking literal. You're too fucking literal.
You're too fucking beautiful.
Fuck it. We'll do it live. Anyways, then I stepped it up a notch and I did a Chris Benoit joke. And,
yeah, some guy in front of me went, why is everybody guffawing? And the guy next to him was like, that guy murdered his whole family. And the guy went, oh. And then you went, that guy murdered his whole family. And the guy went, see? Oh, it was so funny.
I'm never gonna do that joke again. It's just something I had to get out of my system. But so basically, the whole gist of the joke was, I don't think kids are good for you. Look what they did to Chris Benoit. And some people get it. It's like, well, double murder suicide. I would never do it. It's horrible, but I get it. I had to get out of my system. I know it's not a good joke. I apologize. But I had to get out of my system.
Newborn parent in America is like, hell yes. So don't worry.
Yeah. Everybody that's out of that phase, like anybody with like a 6-year-old or older, is probably like, I have no idea what he's talking about. But like 0 to 5 is like, yeah, right now.
Right now. Any day.
But that didn't go over so well. But most of the people didn't have kids.
Yep.
I'd guess. So I kept that list again. I said, all right, no Benoit, no cancer, no Biggie. I'm starting to get you guys. The point of the story is I was enjoying the freedom to just kind of fuck around a little bit. And like keep that list in my head, or like make a comment when I said, what's at the bottom of that video? And like, we were talking about porn videos. What's at the bottom of the video? And the guy goes, comments. I'm like, yeah, if you're a freak. Like, that's the kind of stuff where like I would probably just ignore if I was like, man, I have 5 minutes and I know this comes up at like 4:50. I don't want to like, push it. So It was a really fun time for that reason.
Yeah, I had the only goal I had that day was it's obviously terribly tragic, the Maine stuff that happened that week, but I'm from Maine. So I always think the best comedy is somebody that can make something terrible and pull something funny out of it in a way that doesn't feel gross. And I tried over there because I didn't want to talk about the act itself because it's too much and that guy's too there. But I did make a joke about how Lowell felt a lot safer than Maine. Like I came down to Lowell to hide. Which was ironic, and I thought that was a good way to do it. Like, I thought if there's any way to do that, that might be the only way at that moment to make it work. What do you think? Do you think that it wasn't was that just in my head that I thought that was good?
No, that was hilarious. I mentioned that to a few people, and they all thought it was funny. It was kind of funny because the second time I went to the safe, the joke I said when I went on stage was, I've lived in Lowell my whole life, and this is the only time I've associated the word safe with it. So it was kind of like a nice full circle. Yours,
yeah, exactly,
hit home a little more, but
the Lowell being safe. Well, it actually started because I was leaving the house and my wife was like, "Are you gonna bring your gun with you?" And I'm like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm just going to Lowell." And I said that seriously, and I was like, "Wow, fuck, times have changed for a minute."
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, well, he's dead and in a dumpster, so we move on.
It's funny because I lived in Lowell for a very long time, and the moment I realized I had to move out was, once again, we were playing PlayStation. I lived in a fairly decent part of Lowell where not a lot went on, but Anthony and I were playing PlayStation one night, and I got this alert. I followed this guy that was a reporter for the local paper, and it said something along the lines of like, oh, knife fight breaks out in Lowell. So it was like a loading screen or something. I look at it, I'm like, oh, what's this? I was like, oh shit. 15 minutes before, like 15 minutes in the past, there was a knife fight 2 streets over. While Anthony and I were just playing, I think we're playing Remnant from the Ashes or something like that. But I was like, oh, cool. I got to get my son out of this fucking city.
Yeah, my car got shot in Lawrence. That's when I moved out of Lawrence. And also, there was a machete fight and a triple decker on my street.
I mean, a machete fight's fine. Knife fights are okay. You just because you just have to keep your distance.
Please.
But bullets can travel.
Bullets can travel. Yeah. Well, someone threw a brick at my. So somebody that lived in the apartment in Lawrence I lived in before me put plexiglass on the windows, and I was like, what a lame-o. Like, come on, dude. Like, what do you? Like, that's such a lame thing to do. Like, you're that afraid of Lawrence. I grew up there my whole life. It's not that dangerous. And then somebody threw a brick. I was sitting in front of the window, and someone tried to murder me by throwing a brick through the window at the back of my head. And it bounced off the plexiglass, and they ran up the street. I was like, wow. Good for that guy. That guy saved me from before. Yeah, and then I had to move out of Lawrence.
Was it the person that lived there directly before you?
It was. Sure. Yeah, Wayne knows him. Wayne knows him, and it's perfect for his personality, isn't it?
Dude, it's so good because it's like the thing you're like, you're fucking crazy, and then it happens. You're like, you're a fucking genius.
Yeah, serious. That's what happened. I made fun of him ruthlessly for because I know the guy who lived there before me, and I made fun of him for a long time about putting the plexiglass on there, like how much of a little girl he was, and then the brick hit the window in the back of my head, and I look back, I'm like, that motherfucker. Like, he was fucking...
Dude, it was him. It was him. He's like,
that must
fuck
have been
you.
him, yeah.
I
Yeah,
hope
I'm
you
gonna put a return on my investment.
I hope you change that glass, you motherfucker. What?
Yeah, I did. It was serious.
We both love you.
Yeah, I owe my life technically by that fucking part of that manifestation of anxiety that window had to go through.
I didn't realize that part of the story. I didn't know about the plexiglass. I thought when you said somebody threw a brick through your window, it actually came through your window.
Yeah, all right. Cards on the table. So basically, it was there's a guy that we knew that was dating my sister at the time, and we lived in Lawrence, and he's white as shit. And when he moved into my sister, they moved into Lawrence, and he was like, oh, "This isn't gonna do." So he boarded up all the windows and put blackout curtains up. And he was right. He was right to distrust the populace.
He's one of my favorite people. I fucking love that guy. I don't talk to him enough. Every once in a while, we'll shoot a text or whatever, but that guy is so fucking good. I love him.
So funny. So real about the world.
I have a good story about him, but I'm not going to say it right now.
Look at you.
I have a lot of good stories about him.
Dumb son of a bitch.
I'm not saying it on the podcast, no.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's say something we can say on the podcast and probably wrap this son of a bitch up because this was a great Mike talk, side talk. Yeah. What you got? Any closing thoughts?
No, I don't think so. I think we touched on everything. We got to Dancy Mike was the last thing. I don't think we have anything else to really talk on.
Yeah, we should plug. We're gonna be on Performers on Performing. We're gonna record in November 15th, I think, right, or something like that.
November 15th. Yeah, I don't know how soon after it comes, but yeah, that's at One Broadway Collaborative. That's with Aaron Thornburg and Maxwell Schultz. I don't know who's going to... This, as Maxwell said when we had him on the podcast, there's 7 or 8 different people that do interviewing or whatever, so I don't know who's going to be there with us, but we'll be there. And then at some point in the future, we talked to Aaron. We might be doing we might be guest host on that show at some point, so that'd be cool. But that's coming up, so that'd be neat.
Yep. So we will be happy to do that. And in the meantime, you will catch us at open mics near you. If you would like us to touch you, if you're a booker, we'll do it. If you can get us on a show. So we'll, Wayne is first. He is...
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, his palms are sweaty. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah. Ever since I get out of the automotive stores, I don't have like that grit. They're pretty soft, so
Yeah, it's like sandpaper before. But now, everybody, you will be all set. You will be like a slinky. So yeah, we'll be out and about. We'll be doing interviews in between. We got a couple great guests lined up, including we're going to interview a fantastic actor, which is going to be new at the end of November. Yeah.
A comedian from California.
Yep, actor comedian.
Coming up very soon. Yep. So it's going to be great.
Yeah.
We never say this. We always, every time we say it, we say we never say it, but we should. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, share, comment. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, all that bullshit.
Yeah, and do all that motherfucking shit on the motherfucking titties, bitch, fucking shitty quest for laughs.
Don't mute your laughs. It's good.